Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, and today I've got the honor of speaking with Romeos of the Street and their founder, HBAR Romeo. How you doing today?
It's been a crazy week, bro. Nice to have you here.
I bet. That's incredible. I bet it's been a crazy week. It's only going to get crazier as you continue to progress through your journey on Hedera Hashgraph's network. And let's dive right into it. So, Romeos of the Street features 197 gangsters, bringing a quality art and evolving utility to redefine the concept of PFPs forever. Romeo, what inspired the creation of ROTS?
Actually, this journey was very interesting because I started with my general love for art. I created the Romeo's Renditions, my OG collection, in early October. And
Sure.
it kept rolling. I had my sketches of ideas. I wanted to make some bigger collection to bring like more value to more people, but I wasn't certain which is the right direction. And I'm always laughing that my best ideas are coming when I'm not thinking, when I'm just like sleeping or dazzling around without any thought. And it just popped to my
Sure.
mind, and I told myself, I must do it. And it began like that.
Nice. How do you craft the artwork? I know we've already mentioned that you use a little bit of AI, but you also can have your own hand drawn sketches in it. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention outside of that? What are some of the platforms that you utilize the most?
I have my own workflow I found like the most effective and not time consuming because I need to create a lot of art in small time. Let's be honest, we are not like, I'm not already full-time Web3. I want to be, but I'm a student,
Neither
so
am I. I do want to be as well.
we all want to be, but it's a hard task.
Yeah.
So I use a lot of Diffusion B, DALI,
Yeah,
and
I've heard of it.
I found really helpful to sketch, even if you only can sketch like the externals, the exteriors of the art you want, the concept. You can talk with the AI in a way you never thought possible. It's a different type of communication. And I had my own little breakthrough. I don't want to expose too much details, but after you play with it and you start speak with it, you just starting to understand how it thinks, like the algorithm behind this specific artificial intelligence. And you find another way, like you can ask the AI to do stuff with completely illogical prompts. And it's insane because sometimes there are some like, let's say, holes in the algorithm, and it won't understand if you say tomato, it will never create a tomato in AI. But if I will say, for example, red, orange, it will start making tomatoes. Like, I found it very interesting, but it's a whole world. And I've been trying also to incorporate more stuff in AI because I really feel and believe in this specific area will take, sadly, all the money from all the, let's say, the old type of artists. Let's be honest.
Sure. Yeah. So you have a bunch of gangsters that are all different various animals that you've used to curate through the use of artificial intelligence and some AI platforms as well as regular art platforms that you utilize to craft these pieces. What really made you want to go with the animal theming behind these gangsters, as they all have the same sort of style of outfits on with the H-bar top hat and the nice suit? What kind of came into all this theming? What inspired, like, why are they called Romeos? These are that's interesting questions that I have.
It's an hilarious question because, first
Yeah.
of all, I live in Italy, and if you know, like the classic Italian attire, it's like the fedora, and
Yeah, the fedora. Yeah.
we love sunglasses because like we can't go without them. Even now in the winter, -3 degrees, sunglasses every day, even in night. Like it's crazy. And the fedora also. And it's like a style I really love. It's called, of course, it's old money. And except for this, yeah, I grew up with animals. I'm addicted to animals in general. I have still my all my dolls since I've been like 3 years old. I have my animals, and just kept following me. And these two attributes just merged in my imagination and just clicked. I said, this is right. This should be together. And
Nice.
it was very random, to be honest.
Hey, it works. I'll tell you that. It definitely works. And have you utilized some creative thinking to collaborate other animals within the HBAR ecosystem already? Because it seems like there's some of these characters out there that look like they could represent other HBAR projects. Did you think of any of that while you're crafting this?
Definitely. First of all,
Definitely.
the hippo, for example, for hazy hippos, which I really love. And
Yeah,
I tried to combine also a bull, but it was apparently a cow later on, but for the bull bars, which also I really appreciate. And I put also a Shiba Inu for the meme stuff. I incorporated some stuff, yeah.
makes sense. So I know that you also have two other collections. Can you maybe give me a brief explanation of what those other collections represent in your art journey?
Yeah, of course. When I first started, I had like around 200 followers, and I needed this like initial to show myself I'm able to continue this road. I wanted to check with my community if I'm enough. So I created these 15 pieces of art in Romeos renditions, and I call them RR. This is my OG collection, and the utility of this collection means that for each drop I will make for the rest of my career, they will receive one free NFT, no matter what.
Nice.
And actually, it's hilarious because 3 months passed, and these people who bought Romeo's renditions are still there, and we're like communicating daily almost. It's been a strong community. Yeah, they're my, I love to say my crew, because every stuff I make, I'm always like talking with them and listening to their opinion because I want to make my collections as much as decentralized as possible. If you can see the top holders in ROTS, in ROTS, you will see I only have one NFT. I've done that because I want to drive this vehicle, but it's not mine. Like in Hedera, that Lemon Bird is like the head, but is not holding like 60% of the HBAR tokens, like in another crypto assets we don't want to mention here, like Ethereum, for example. But
Yeah,
I want to drive this vehicle and to enable others to have what they want, which is, for example, revenue sharing or like increasing the floor price. I'm just the way to deliver this for my community.
nice. It's nice to see that they've stuck around. When it comes to community building, what do you think the best way to handle community is? I know recently you posted on X a thread giving a pretty good representation of what your collection is as a whole, the ROTS one. I'm curious to know because you gave your opinion on Discord in a way that many probably wouldn't maybe agree with. And you said that Discord wasn't necessarily the best place to hold a community. You're more forward thinking towards X, and X seems to be a growing platform for community building. But outside of that, what do you think the best way to handle community building is?
It's a very interesting question, and I've been struggling
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I've been struggling with it a long time because, like, I know the default is Discord. If you don't have Discord, you're not a good like community
It's
builder.
typically like Discord or Telegram, they make it out to seem nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy because like Discord, when you talk too much, you can't listen to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want my community to just fad the whole day, spreading fear and just waiting every day for the next stuff to happen. It's not a healthy way to manage like a real long-term scalable business. In
Sure.
X, it's much healthier because I can decide when to post. And if people are very urgent, they can ask me whenever they want. But we don't need these big, huge channels in which like there is a whale who controls all the price and the floor price is just controlled by some group of people. I find it very
Yeah.
unhealthy.
That could happen even if you have a community on X just only. I'm curious to know, yeah, manipulation can happen regardless of how strong your community is, how small they may be, anything. Manipulation can always happen. So I would maybe push that off to the side. Do you have a place on X specifically besides your X like your X account that you host and curate to your community? Say an X group chat or an X community. Is there any of those places we could find more about Romeos of the streets?
I've been really interested in finding like some kind of Web3 option, like a solution for that. Because if I'm opening like a group chat, I can't know who are the holders right now. Like I don't want external people to be involved in the making. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There is
Discord
two.
can help with that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to avoid
Yeah,
it so much because I know it's unhealthy first for me to create, to build, and also for the people I've been experiencing also as a holder. It's struggling. It's very hard for me. Maybe for other people, I know specific communities will hate me for saying this because it's really against the norm. You know,
definitely.
this is my feeling, and I'm normally I'm going with my gut feelings. Like that, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. But if there is some, I saw there are like Web3 chats based in Hashback. I think also there are some apps going on. If there will be some great solution, I will go for it. Absolutely.
Do you want to make it where it's specifically token gated for only holders of the NFTs to have access to more or less the community incubator, right?
Exactly,
That's what you're looking for.
exactly.
Makes sense. Your best bet right now would probably be Discord, as much as you hate it. It's got the easiest way to implement a token gated access through connecting your wallet and pairing it to your Discord account specifically. But
Yeah.
that's my one piece of advice for that.
Thanks for
Outside of that,
reminding me the
though,
truth.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ah, this was planned initially to be created without any utility, as you mentioned on X. You have pivoted and collaborated with SolarSys to develop a staking reward system for their ROTS holders on Atlantis. You stake for daily rewards of the SYS token. And what are the benefits by chance of holding this SYS token or SYS token? I don't know how they describe it.
Yeah, it's this, and the real opportunity in this, like I said, these two utilities are just secondary utilities. They're not my main utility. I'm not like investing all my time and money in these utilities because they're
They just came about.
they came about and they're like before the real thing I'm about to introduce to my community. But as a reward for the meanwhile, until we like I make up and create this real ecosystem I'm building, SIS token are an amazing opportunity because this token has a very small liquidity right now. And this liquidity is being offered to our OTS holders in an incredible timing before the bull run. We can get into this token before everyone else. And if we will look in the past pricing of this coin, you will understand it's much more than 100x. It's like a very feasible to even do a 10x. It's very easy. If we bring utility and hype, people will ape after us. And that's the reason I didn't want to create my own token because I don't want my holders to buy my own token and then I will sell my tokens on them. I don't want to
Good
make
point.
money on my community. Like, that's the point.
But some other founder would make money off your community, theoretically. Unless, I guess,
Theoretically, yeah.
not necessarily because you're receiving the tokens, actually. Never mind.
It's a complicated
Yeah.
situation. Just what I mean, it's not as pure as it seems always. The community, the builders are like creating a token for the community. It's not always like that. Sometimes they're just selling their tokens to move on. For me, it's a bit problematic. That's why I try to search for the coin which is with the least liquidity because no one will sell their coins on my holders. They will receive the tokens first.
Sure. Makes sense. That would be nice, definitely to see. And hopefully it plays out in your best interest. It's very skeptical I've been very skeptical recently with a lot of these HCS tokens being released on chain because you do get a lot of these good actors who provide something of value to the community, but then again you also get the people who come in and just try to join the wave and ride things out and connect with as many people as they can and make all these relationships and hopefully pump that token with all the total volume locked. But
Exactly.
let's hope that the SYS token is viable. I'll definitely have to do more research on that token. Outside of that token, though, I know you also mentioned a uh, a big collection soon to be releasing that you'll be partnering up with. Is there anything you'd like to mention about that? I know there will probably be more details coming in the near future.
Yeah, of course. I'm doing this collection. I've been invited to join this collection like a few weeks ago. It's a collection which is in the theme of healthcare, in the theme of medicine. The collection will
Sure.
be completely free for whitelist people, but specifically my holders in all the three collections we mentioned before will get not one NFT as everyone else. They will get multiple. I don't want to promise the specific numbers, but around five free mints for ROTS holders and around 10 mints for Romeos renditions holders. It's a
Nice.
huge percentage of this collection. And after what I've done with HBAR Romeo account in general, I'm sure this collection, with the amount of NFTs it will have and the fact it's free, will have a very big hype. That's for sure. But it will take time. We're only in the sketching in the beginning. It will take some months.
Yeah, definitely. And let's just hope people just don't floor the NFTs after receiving them for nothing at all. Because we see that a lot on chain and across the chains out there. People just receiving free NFTs and then dumping them to get that exit liquidity real quick.
Absolutely. That's why we're
Scary.
searching for utility behind the scenes
Yeah.
because free NFT is not, it's nothing. We need something more, of course.
Yeah, definitely. You've also mentioned you're planning for a monthly revenue share model bridging Web 2 and Web 3. Excuse me. Anything you'd like to mention there? I'm assuming it might be something related to e-commerce, but I could be wrong. I don't know. When I think of Web 2 more, I think of just selling digital products and trying to reap back rewards to Web 3, but then again, that's a whole nother business model that I could be just completely thinking of off the top of my head.
It's
But anyways,
it's a great guess. It's not that, but from now on I will say no to everything because you're not close. But Web two is not. There are no many options in Web two. Let's be
yeah,
honest. But I'm really excited for this opportunity because I found something that no one in Hedera has ever done. Honestly, the mechanism and how it will work as a reward system. It's not just forever in the meaning of royalties. It's so scalable. It's pretty scary. I'm really. It's also an idea that came to my mind while I was like not thinking and all. I think even sleeping, but I'm in love with this stuff. I'm in love with what's happening, and I'm really enthusiastic about it. I guess you can hear my voice, but it's
yeah,
gonna
definitely.
be it's gonna be so epic. But it requires the building. As I said, ROTS is decentralized, and I need my holders to join me. It's not like Facebook ads and selling to Chinese people from abroad, baby suits. Something more meaningful. There is like a real value behind it, and I need my community to give me like a hand in this stuff.
Is that the thing that you need the most right now? Is your community supporting you through every endeavor that you try to take on?
Exactly. They need to be patient, but they need to have a lot of faith because I have a ton of faith. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon.
If there's ways that your community can support you now outside of just being patient and having a lot of faith, what could those ways be? Any off the top of your head that you might want to mention?
Actually, right today, I've been building my next thread I'm about to share about this specific utility. And in this
Sure.
thread, I have the 3 steps I need my community to take in order to share this Web2 service as much as possible and in order to create some traffic in the Web3 space and Web2 space regarding this utility. But it will take, I think, around a week to be released, and then everyone will know. Yeah, absolutely.
Not bad. I look forward to it.
Thanks.
Romeo, is there anything that you'd like to give as a forward perspective towards your community, what they can expect moving forward in 2024 before we close things off?
I know Web3 can be quite like sketchy, let's say. You don't know me, you don't know how, like my face, but like I wrote in the thread, I'm just a student. I made my money, quote unquote, on this ROTS selling, but I'm not going anywhere. I want to continue. I have such a long journey. I have so many years in the university left. I want to continue every day, Web3, giving value, building. So I'm not going anywhere. You can reach me every time you want. I'm always here for you, here to hear your concerns, your doubts. So I'm really appreciating the opportunity you gave me when you just chose to jump on an incognito and just trust him. I don't know how to say it better, but it's really exciting for me. It's such an honor.
Of course, Romeo. I love giving people a platform to express their opinion and viewpoints on specific things, as well as share some insight and hindsight on their projects that they may be building out. And that's just why I'm here today, is to do that and share the word provided for you and the rest of your community. And with that being said, Romeo, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to join me and discuss everything about Romeos of the Street. I'm glad I was able to learn a little more about yourself today, and I hope that everybody else who was able to tune in was able to do so as well. On that note, I just want to say if you enjoyed today's content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this has been the Alt Kings podcast, and we will see you all next episode. Peace. Nice.
Welcome to Gilmore Estates, where we pave your way to real estate success. Our state-of-the-art platform is tailored to empower people from diverse backgrounds, helping them thrive in the world of real estate investment. Through the magic of Hedera NFTs, educational resources, and regular evaluations, you'll not only learn but also earn valuable HTS token, G-Coin rewards along the way. Our innovative tokenomics model closely replicates real estate cash flow dynamics, meaning the more G-Coin you possess, the larger your monthly cash flow. And the cherry on top, our Launchpad grants you the opportunity to own fractions of assets from well-established real estate holding companies. Unleash your potential and start your journey to financial success with Gilmore Estates today.